Hello, squatters. I hope everybody's good. I hope you guys enjoyed your Valentine's Day yesterday. Well, it was a beautiful day indeed, and I hope all the squatters and non-squatters have enjoyed their Valentine's Day. It was awesome. I've been looking at, what people are saying about this whole thing of Duduzile attacking Floyd, swearing at him on a X platform, which is formerly Twitter anyway. Says we busy Twitter about it anyway. So now here's my argument. I was actually listening to a radio show. One of my favorite broadcasters. Nibabiza ama-broadcasters encast what isilungu, but David Mashabe, ne? And then so shout out man to Bramdeva, Pitori 012 Rawanganyo Rodman Waiti. So when I was listening to this radio show, the topic was actually about the apology, and his co-host said something very profound. I will remember that lady's name. Uguti, if somebody has done something wrong to you, before they can say I'm sorry, there must be some sort of the recognition of their wrongs. Uguti, they acknowledge they are wrong, then you can apologize. But somebody just blatantly saying sorry, and mentioning all those people that she's actually apologizing to a political party, not to Floyd personally, but the person who was insulted is Floyd. Now I want to break it down for you about this whole MKP and MKP squabbles, internal squabbles, Duduzile Zuma and Floyd. I've mentioned many times, I've done so much episodes about this whole issue, and people were saying we are blowing out of proportion, and now it's starting to shape up. We are so used to Wutiti Nabanye, we can see things from very far, we can analyze these things. That's what I like about what I'm doing now. So this whole thing was going on and on and on, unattended to. Remember, if a problem is still small, you don't attend to it, it is gonna blow eventually. At some point in time, it will blow. So when I saw Duduzile doing what she did, I knew that, no, it's about time. She's blowing now. And everybody was shocked. I was not shocked. By the way, I did an episode way before Wuti MKP is about to implode. And people were saying I'm perpetuating lies, I'm misleading the people, and I'm actually blowing this whole thing out of proportion. Every political party has got its own squabbles and issues and all of that. But we all know that even in the ANC, Banyazali Sufi is not in good terms with his president, his boss. He's not in good terms with Fikile Mbalula and all of that. But this one, she literally went too far. When you say fuck you to someone on a public platform and you are from the same political party, that was really uncalled for. And despite the apology, let's put the apology aside. We are talking about a member of parliament. We are talking about a member of African Sadek. There she's also have got a position. I don't know what position she's holding there, but she's a prominent person for that matter. And I start to realize that she's not used to higher and senior positions which are influential, which can even dictate to your private life, to your private space. If you are a company executive or a company director for that matter, and you do something stupid maybe at the Shebin, that's exactly what you did can also affect your position at work. That's funny. You remember the issue of Kabana Life or Isla Duduzile Manana when he was the Minister of Basic Education, and he actually abused a woman at a club, and he had to step down. He had to resign from his position. So those are the things, the principles that as black people we need to actually build our leadership circled by those values, you know. And also the upbringing counts a lot. That when you were a child growing up, maybe you were used to throwing toys around if you don't want to play, and swear at your friends and cry, and they will give you whatever you're crying for and all of that. So it also raises the questions of charity. But charity begins at home. So it's so sad, man, to see MKP in that manner. And another thing I've noticed, Uguti, she deleted all the tweets, including the apology that she rendered, you know. And by the way, you can sense when someone is apologizing for the sake of apologizing. Mina, I don't actually, naturally, I don't take sorry as a weight and accept it. I don't do that. You really need to explain to me exactly what led you to do something of that nature. If someone does something to me, don't just jump into saying, I'm sorry. No. I don't need that sorry. But at least I need some sort of explanation. That's why that topic, Yabo Pram Devara, Radio 2000, touched me in that sense that, listen, somebody has to first acknowledge their mistakes. And they themselves, you know, judge themselves that, listen, I did wrong and I was not aware that this thing will sit somehow. So I apologize sincerely for this and it won't happen again. And when you apologize for something, don't do it again, because if you do it again, then it's going to raise more questions about your character, your personality and everything. So in the MKP, there is a problem of many centers of power. And as for Duduzile saying to Floyd that Mafigizol means you came yesterday, then it means it's all about who came first, who built what, who you know, and it's, I feel very bad for someone like Ndlela, because Ndlela, as a spokesperson for the party, you need to protect people, you need to protect people's nonsense all the time, you need to cover for people and all of, which is very much irritating. And that man, at some point, he will get tired. And you know, it's the same as Figile Mbalula when something happens, or Gwede Mantashe when he was the SG. Remember, that's when ANC was the most corrupt and corruption was rife and everything. So you need to play, you know, cover. Even Pulemabe when he was, I think he was the SG also, the spin doctor. He used to also do the same. That's a very difficult position. So at some point, Ndlela will also lapse, you know, because you can't keep covering for people. Remember the scandal of money that's been stolen. It has disappeared, by the way, millions and millions. And if these people can steal from themselves, what about the public purse if they get to the government? And another thing, the deputy president also was involved in some sexual, you know, advancement and all of that between him and also the female member, the Mpumalanga convener. So those are the things that really raises too many questions to people who are neutral like us, who are not belonging to any political party, but who are monitoring exactly what our leaders or our potential leaders are doing. If you say to me now, because they call Duduzile Mamwini, she's very far from being Mamwini, even with her behavior. Mamwini was a very honorable person. May her soul rest in peace, by the way. She's human. She was not perfect. She made certain mistakes there and there, but she was very honorable, and she, you know, she died with her own dignity intact. That's what I can say about Mamwini. I feel very bad when people want to associate Duduzile Zuma with Mama Winnie, because we have got her videos, half naked dancing and all of that. So those are the things that really takes your dignity. You know, it takes some part of your dignity. Even when you speak, people don't take you serious. Even when you are serious and you want to talk about something very sensible, people would just always associate you to something like that. Imagine now she's in parliament, she's representing women in whatever the positions she has, and now she's going to Twitter and saying all of those things. That's bad, man. I don't know how will MKP resolve this issue, but I don't take her apology. And if I was Floyd, as much as he's smart, I believe he's now very much aware of this kind of a character and how far she can go. What is more important is how far she's willing to go. Because you remember at some point Floyd was going to rallies, carrying a firearm, which is something that he has never done when he was in the EFF. Floyd was never attacked, was never, humiliated in this way in the EFF. So I'm not saying EFF is perfect. They've got their own flaws and everything, but it was worrisome to see Duduzile doing what she did. I don't know. I wish them all the best, by the way. I don't hate on political parties. All of them must just perform if they have a potential to do that. But it is worrisome for an MP, the whole MP and the leader of a political party, to go to Twitter and type FUCK. It's so sad, man. I don't know, squatters. Maybe you'll have your opinions. I don't know. You'll have your comments on this, but it's so sad to see people behaving this way. It shows that we need more of discipline as Africans, because for us to be leaders, I think we need to also deal with our own characters. We must be principled. We must be well behaved, man. We must not go with the westernized some kind of a culture. We are Africans. We need to reconstruct Africa and be proud and be bold and say wathinta abafazi, wathinta umbokotho. Usazi ukuthi sisho ukuthini kahle kahle. Sinabo sisijampela kwezinye izinto singasunderstand. I don't know, squatters. You will have your own take on this, but it's so sad. My take is that Duduzile, she's beyond repair. She didn't mean what she said about the apology and all of that. It's so sad because whatever she said, you can't unsay what you said. That's the sad part. If you swear at someone and say I'm sorry, but okusalayo umthukile lo muntu lo. So I don't know. On that case, squatters, you'll take it, but I don't take her apology. I don't take. If I was Floyd, I wouldn't really go public and say I don't take his apology and all of that. But I know what in your heart you'll say I'm a young child. I don't know, squatters. Well, I'll hear from you. Let's continue to engage. Sharp.